Hello everybody, welcome to the greatest show on earth. I am your host, Bernie Mandel, and this is the Burning's Got Talent Show. We have an exquisite taste of talent from all across the globe just for you today. We have about 20 people from all around the world that are going to be showing you their talents, and we have a panel of amazing judges for you right here, right now on the ManBurning Talent Show. Get hyped, get pumped, everybody. Now let's meet the talents. This is Pat Mephilis. Let's listen to Pat's bio here. So Pat says, "Hey, I'm Pat. I draw and do photography. I wish you a great day." So what we know about Pat, ladies and gentlemen, is Pat hails from the Midwest of the United States. He spent a couple years in Canada, in Montreal. He is of French descent. And this, believe it or not, was one of my very first followers on any social media platform anywhere on the internet. Back in the day, I decided to become a YouTuber. This was in like 2009. And Pat was our very first follower ever. Back when I used to do YouTube with my friend Dan, we tried to make it big on YouTube with comedy skits and game reviews. And Pat was our very first follower ever. Me and Dan actually ended up making merch for our really shitty YouTube channel. And this fella was the only one to buy a t-shirt. We had two designs. We had how do you eat pizza with a beak? And how do you kick zombie? Or something about kicking a zombie in the dick. Oh yeah, if I saw a zombie, I'd kick him in the dick. Those were our merch designs. I don't remember which one Pat ended up buying. I think it was the pizza one. But that's a little history about Mr. Pat, ladies and gentlemen. What Pat has got for us today is he has 3 time lapses of drawings. He's got an anime drawing, a duck drawing, and a ManBurning drawing. So, without further ado, let's look at Pat's talents here, guys. This is the first one here. All right, so I am being told by the judges that the maximum time for the contestants is 10 minutes each. We've already looked at this one for about 6 minutes, so I'm just going to skip ahead to the final product here. Okay, so this is what the final product of this one looks like, guys. There we go. And I'm going to bring up his other two here as well. His next one is a duck. This one, is there a way to 2 times the speed? I don't think there is, unfortunately. This one's only a minute long. So this one gives you a little bit more. So this goes a little bit more quicker here. This gives you an idea, a little bit more of a quicker time lapse here on watching what he can do. This is actually a mallard. I wish it was a goose. It's actually a mallard. It's clearly a duck. This is a portrait of my friend ManBurning, who hosts the Twitch ManBurning show at twitch.tv/ManBurning, not to be confused with me whatsoever. I am Bernie Mandel, the host of Burning's Got Talent, obviously. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, those are Pat's drawings there. This is incredible, isn't it? This is, I think the ManBurning one is probably the best of the 3, personally. But okay, let's hear from our judges. Let's get on over to our judges here. Shane, we're gonna start with you. So, the duck and the MB portrait are the best of the drawings, says Peter. Okay, so Shane, yeah, let's hear from you. Do you want to talk about maybe each of the drawings and then maybe your overall opinion?
Can I just have another look at the last one, because I ended up in an ad break, so I didn't see the end.
Yeah. Did you just need to see like
just the end product? Okay, so they progressively got better. The first one, the anime type one, didn't blow me away. It wasn't anything that I thought, wow, that's amazing. So when we went on to the duck, it definitely took a big step forward, in my opinion. And then the picture of ManBurning is, again, another step forward. So as it gradually got better, my rating of it gradually improved, and on that basis I would give it a 7.
7. So I guess I don't know if it was planned that way, but I probably showed these probably in the correct order. Okay, let's move on to Wizard.
I'm actually fairly inclined to agree with Shane here. The anime one was okay. The duck one was okay, but the one that really did blow me away here was this ManBurning one. This is a fucking good portrait of ManBurning, and I'm not gonna lie, this really saved it for me. Like, but this is really nice. This is just look at it. It's great.
Yeah, this is
very accurate.
This is
So
fabulous.
I'm gonna give this an 8.
Okay, an 8 from Wizard. Not bad. Map of Tasmania.
I almost don't want to say it because I don't want to be the mean one, but if you're in a talent show, I have to judge the presentation of it as well. And I know that he's probably not like a video editor, so this is probably very rude of me. But I feel like there should have been music. They maybe should have been a little bit faster. The drawings are really good. If I was rating just the drawings themselves, I'd probably also go a 7 or 7.5. But the presentation dragged it down to a 5 for me, and I'm very sorry.
Ooh, okay, that's fair. Mel?
Honestly, Map, I thought I was going to be the only one. I'm so glad you said that. I feel exactly the same way. I feel like if this was like on TV sort of talent show, they would have pressed the X by now because it was just too slow. It took way too long to get to the end product. Like, he could have just sped it up a little bit and it would have been a lot better. The drawings themselves, like, they're pretty good. I don't know too much about digital art, but I assume it's easier to do than pen to paper. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I think. So based on that and also the presentation, I'll probably give it a 6.
6. I would be inclined to think that digital art is harder than pen and paper, but that's just me being an old school person. I'm actually thoroughly impressed with digital art because I can't do it. Like, me and you know how playing on Gartic phone is, right, Mel? It's like trying to sit there with a fucking mouse and draw. It's just like horseshit.
Yeah, but this is different because it's like a tablet and like you can get perfect shapes, you can do layers, you can remove things easier. Like, I don't know, I feel like it would be a lot easier than having to do it manually.
I do think it's harder than pen and paper as well, Goose. There's an incredible learning curve with digital art. I have a tablet and I am worse with the tablet than I am without it. So like, there's a huge learning curve with it. I think all of this is incredibly impressive, but I do agree with the ladies that the presentation, the package itself could have been put together a little bit better. Because I as the host was fumbling around like, what do I do, right? It's like I'm sitting here in silence going like,
Yeah, I agree with that. But I was trying to judge it just on the talent itself, not the presentation. Personally, that's just how I was judging it, okay?
Jack, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub to the Hardy Way. Welcome back to the Sub Club, Hardy. Enjoy the emotes and the ad-free viewing, my friend. Very likely have a drawing pad. Yeah, this person probably does have a drawing pad, 100%. And I'm gonna guess probably a high-level drawing pad. Not like a cheap Amazon pad that I got. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that was Pat. Judges, do you have any final things that you'd like to say before we move on to our next contestant?
Nope, I think that was, I think everything's been said. Well, unless anyone else wants to say anything.
Okay, Pat, you scored a 26.